Last week I spoke about doing the Humangarage 28-day life reset. This week I will cover the 6 things that I learned from it. Number 1, the significance of doing the fascia maneuvers. Anytime I can learn a way to heal my body and mind and do it for myself, I consider a big win. And that's exactly what the fascia maneuvers do. I completed the reset in February, and it's June now, and I still do the movements nearly daily and reap the benefits. An example of that is I use the 15-minute stress reset as part of my evening routine. The days I've either forgotten to do the movements or I've selected not to do them to see the contrast, I notice the drop off in the quality and duration of my sleep. I trust these movements can help you in so many different ways, the same way that they have helped me. Humangarage created a simple and efficient reset. The proof is on the website where thousands of people have shared their successful testimonials and how it's changed their life. You would think with all this feel-good information, I would hit the ground running, right? Well, from days 5 to 7, there was plenty of internal resistance from even getting up in the morning, going online, questioning, what am I even doing? What are these movements about? And even following through with healthier food options. What was my holdup? What I quickly noticed that if I was going to make impactful life changes, there was going to be some days that weren't blue skies and sunshine. There will be days of thunder, and I'm not referring to the Tom Cruise movie. I quickly came to the realization I was learning a new and alternative way of self-care. My old perspectives of training harder, eating healthier, suck it up, move on, was starting to show a lot of flaws. So this is exactly where the tug of war was happening. 25 years of old beliefs versus day 5 or 6 of something totally new. So you can see where this internal tension was created. Once I gained the perspective of acknowledging that I'm at a new chapter in my life and accepting that I want to make changes, this allowed me to surrender and have ease and enjoy the journey as things unfold and notice the subtle shifts. Sometimes we get caught up in the end result or the finish line mindset only, where we sort of forget about the process, the discovery, and the enjoyment along the way. Sort of like that whole idea of stopping to smell the roses. What also made the reset have flow and to get through some of the bigger challenges is leading to my 3rd point, and that's the value of being in community. Humangarage encouraged everyone that is on their 28-day reset share their day-to-day experiences, breakthroughs, and journal entries. This was cool because everyone shared their pain points, their successes, alternative ways to doing the movements, how they release traumas, and various things like that. Having the opportunity to read and listen to everyone's experiences allowed me to understand and connect what was going on. I certainly didn't feel alone in this process. And if you want to give this 28-day life reset a try, you would be in this community as well. What I did enjoy is having completed the 28-day life reset, I can now support others on their journey. I unearthed patterns that no longer served me, but I never fully dealt with or recognized that they were unhealthy patterns. In my experience, it's one thing to take responsibility of an unhealthy pattern and learn to manage it. It's totally another thing to take responsibility of an unhealthy pattern and say we'll deal with it some other time. That's where the discovery of using unhealthy foods and alcohol to numb the feelings of old timeline events, or to further distance from it in hopes that it'll just fade away in the rearview mirror. This was huge for me. Being already 5 to 6 days into the reset, I felt committed to it. Not only to myself, but to others that were on their journey, accepting that I was going to make life-lasting changes. I was going all in on this reset, or I wasn't going to do it at all. And that was the approach I took with supplementation as well. I know there's supplements out there that can get very expensive, but not the best rate of return on your investment. Some of these supplements are band-aid solutions. Moving on, I discontinued taking my supplements in favor of Humangarages and bio-optimizers to nourish and begin medicating my body. Since the reset has been completed, I'm getting to the point where I'm actually starting to self-dose the supplementation based on what my body is showing or telling me. This is something you can actually do for yourself as well. This is a great segue to my 6th learning point of listening to my body. Since being a child, we're always taught to learn, to read, and we're constantly thinking in our minds all day. And then once we get into the workforce, it's a very similar process where we're in the brain a lot of the time. And that is something that we've been taught to believe or programmed to, is to think our way through things, to plan our way through things, to use the brain to get to the end results. Gary, Jason, and Cynthia have a very contrarian belief on this that has really resonated with me for a while now. And that is to listen and pay attention to your heart's desires, to what your body is trying to share with you, equally on par as your brain and your thoughts. My old perspective about what meant to listen to the body, and it might be for you too, is to maybe work out a little differently, take some time off when needed, rest appropriately as well, do some stretching, some easier movements. The more I focused and paid attention to the movements themselves, the more my thoughts became quieter, manageable, and noticeable. It also allowed me to notice in real time, when I tuned into the body, what was going on emotionally, what was going on mentally, what was going on in my consciousness, and also, of course, what was going on physically. Another cool discovery, if you tune into your body, is nutrition and what the body wants to medicate itself with by self-testing different types of food, which also can change what we've programmed to believe of eating so many meals a day, so many calories, so many proteins, so much fats and things like that. When you create space to listen to the body, it will give you an answer. Once your stomach, heart, and brain are in alignment and in harmony, things will begin to change. If you're enjoying this type of wellness content, feel free to subscribe and turn on your notifications. Next week, I'm going to talk about the reasons why I did the Humangarage 28-day life reset. Thank you for watching today, and I will see you then.